What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to my portfolio updates. For those that don't know, my name is the Decade Investor, and in this video, I'm going to show you how upping my weekly contributions from $300 a week to $500 a week, how much more this will generate in my portfolio value over time. So if you've been following my updates for a while, you know that every single week I auto buy $300 into my portfolio. Starting this week, I'm going to be upping this to $500 a week. I'll show you where that money is going. But first, let's do a weekly portfolio update. The value of my portfolio is slightly down from last week's video, $314,912. This is mainly due to CLSK or Clean Spark. It's a very volatile stock. It goes up a lot, it goes down a lot, and therefore my portfolio value fluctuates quite a bit. Also, the more money that you have invested, a 1% change for the week is a lot more dollar value in change every single week. So that's why this portfolio dollar value might fluctuate more and more as it gets bigger and bigger. That is okay. I am not worried. I don't freak out. I don't want to sell. Last week, my portfolio was at 319,000. Now it's at 314,000. I'm not freaking out. I'm not selling. Nothing's changing. Just giving you all weekly updates of what my portfolio value is. Now, since last update, I only bought my traditional auto buys. I didn't put any extra contributions in. So $300 was added to this portfolio. $3,900 is what is total contributed since 11/27 when I started tracking this portfolio. So nearly $4,000. That is awesome. That is new money coming in to my portfolios. More money that is buying assets every single week. This is why I believe 2025 is going to be a great year for investing. Not because I know what the market's going to do. I don't know what the market's going to do. It might be an up year. It might be a down year. It might be a flat year. I have no idea. But what I do know is that every single week, I will be buying more and more shares into my favorite assets. And because I'll be buying more shares, I will accumulate more total shares into my portfolio. So even if the market's down and my portfolio is down, I will own more shares. And because I will own more shares, and actually if the market's down, that's great. I'll get more shares for the same amount of money. When the market does recover, whenever that is, if it is a down year, when it recovers, I will have more shares valued at more dollars per share, which means my account value will be greater than what it was had I not kept buying. So I don't know what the market's going to do in 2025, but I do know that I will buy every single week and I'll add more shares into my favorite assets. I'm not in the game of market timing. I'm not in the game of market prediction year by year. A lot of analysts are not good at it at all. Usually they either overpredict or underpredict. They have no idea. So I'm not in the game of market guessing. I am in the game of continually buying. Also, before I show you my weekly auto contribution changes, please be sure to update your beneficiaries on your account. This is if something were to happen to you, where your money goes. Maybe it's a spouse, maybe it's a sibling, maybe it's one of your children, maybe it's multiple children. You can choose how it's split up, but at a minimum, please be sure for estate planning to update your beneficiaries on your investment accounts. I like to review this every single year. Things sometimes change. For example, I recently got married, so now I'm going to update my wife to my beneficiaries every single year, usually at the start of the year. I like to just double check that my beneficiaries are what I want them to be. So that's a good reminder to do now at the start of this year. So like I said, here is my current weekly contributions, $300 a week, $150 into VOO, $60 into QQQM, and $30 into the rest of these holdings. As of Friday, January 17th, that will change. This is my new breakdown of what my weekly investment amount is. Please know that this is not financial advice. I don't know your situation. I don't know your time horizon. I don't know your risk tolerance. I don't know your risk capacity. I don't know your goals. So don't watch my video. Don't watch anyone's video on YouTube and say, oh, they buy dividend stocks. Oh, they buy crypto. Oh, they buy these ETFs. Oh, they buy this. I'm just going to do the same. Don't do that because so many factors play in that their situation is not your situation. I just simply share my portfolio on YouTube, not as financial advice, just as a way to show you what the wealth building journey looks like. But these holdings are great for my situation. Does not mean it is great for your situation. But $170 into QQQM, $170 into VOO, $80 into VXF, $50 into QQQJ, and $30 every single week into VXUS. Now here's what I want to show you. Portfolio goal calculations. This is the starting balance right now of my portfolio. Currently, my auto contributions are $15,600 a year. If I add $0 extra dollars, assuming an 8% annual return, and I do that for the next 10 years, my portfolio balance will be $905,862. That's these assumptions here. However, I'm now upping my weekly contributions to $500 a week. So let's update these numbers. So here we are, weekly contributions. This is my new weekly contribution amounts. Total auto buys every single week of $500. Now, this is where this changed. This is my starting balance. My yearly auto contributions of $500 a week is now $26,000 every single year. If I were to add $0 extra dollars, which is highly unlikely, but let's just assume I added $0 additional contributions, 8% return for 10 years, that is an ending balance of this portfolio, these portfolios combined, of $1,056,523. These weekly auto buys happen in my taxable account. This is not including my Roth IRA and or IRA contributions every single year of currently $7,000 that I've maxed out already for 2025. But just in my taxable account alone, over $1 million. Now I am showing you 10 years from now in this calculation, but let's assume 25 years from now, that is an ending portfolio balance of over $4 million. Let's assume 30 years from now, that is over $6 million of portfolio value with these assumptions. So the longer you have to invest, the more that you invest, even if it's incrementally more, the more you invest, the longer you invest, the greater your portfolio value is assumed that it will be, right? It's no guarantees. It's just an assumption. It's a calculation. The assumed portfolio value will be greater the longer your time horizon and the more that you invest over time. That is the power of consistently investing. That is the power of consistency in investing. And that is the power of small contributions added up over time can create very large numbers in your portfolio. Thank you all for watching this week. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. If you want to see more content, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down in the comments below. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next week. Goodbye.